Good evening and welcome back to Cosmoteer. My name is Pooks, and tonight we are continuing on with our Ironman Admiral difficulty Let's Play series. So, you might have noticed if you're just tuning in from Twitch and seeing that the Go Live notification was the end is near Cosmoteer. That's right, because the end is nearing for this particular playthrough. We're getting to the point where we're nearly pretty much maxed out on fame, and we're also kind of maxed out on the potential levels that we can go for. Now, I have just made a few tweaks as well in the hopes to improve performance. I've turned off a few graphical selections, so if there's differences there, I apologize if it doesn't look as cool. But the frame rate was really bugging me, and that's part of the reason why there's been, I guess, a bit of delay between episodes, is because the lower frame rates just makes it less fun to play at these higher levels, to be honest. And fun is the reason why I do this, not for anything else. Anyway, irrespective of that, let's just see if we press play. Yeah, we still get down to it's mainly the objects in the screen that's killing the frame rate rather than fancy graphics. Although this does feel a little bit nicer as well, I have to say. Anyway, so yeah, we are heading towards the end of this series. Not because I don't want to keep playing, but rather there's going to be more content coming out in future for this game. There's a really big roadmap, and I'd encourage everyone to head onto Steam and have a look at it as well, showing that there's a lot of stuff to come for the game. There's a lot of things that are planned in development, and I'm really looking forward to it. I want to come back and do a different series or another series on this game once that's all in place. But I also don't want to continue to beat a dead horse, if you will, and continue to show a series that, for a game that's, still in early access, but could use a lot more, or is going to have a lot more development, if that makes sense. Hopefully that makes sense to people. Not that it's not a good game. I'd highly encourage everyone to pick this up if you haven't already. If you've been watching this series, trying to work out whether or not to play it. It's good value. It's been a lot of fun. So that's my 2 cents. That's my whole review right there. It's been a lot of fun. You should buy it. It's a yes or a no, right? Buying a game, it's a binary option. There's no 5 out of 10 here. Anyway, but before we finish up, I want to finish up on some of the series goals, which might be a little bit different from when I started all the way back over here. I want to head off to a level 18 system and shoot up some level 18 ships, because we're at the second highest level now at max of level 17. And we've just had a good fight where we've taken on multiple badass enemies. To be able to do that, I need to pick up some crew, so that's going to be an initial goal, which is why I'm jumping off the Trodoc and the lifeboat to these stations to see if they can jump over and pick up some additional guys, which they can, which is great. I might pick up some supplies here as well. And then I want to go out in a blaze of glory. I don't want this playthrough to just kind of peter off. We need something cool to finish, right? It would be insulting if we did not finish with something cool. So the goal is I'm going to buy a whole heap of this. Yeah, that's not the goal, but I am going to do that. I'm going to fill up the Trodoc and the lifeboat with stuff. And this stuff is going to basically be our repair limits for the rest of the series. And then we're going to pick a series of fights. And that series of fights is basically going to determine how long we last. With the repairs available on the Trodoc and the repairs available on the lifeboat, as in from the supplies available on the lifeboat, how far can we get before the end comes, basically? How far are we going to, or how long are we going to live for? But just before that, we're going to fully crew up. That's the first kind of thing before I impose that kind of arbitrary deadline. And it is arbitrary, you know, we could keep going on forever. We could go across the stars and try and blow up every single station and work our way. And it could be a really long series, and the game's going to update as we go through, and the the game save may not last that long, and there's a whole series of things that would happen there, and it just doesn't sound like fun. Um, it sounds almost a little bit too completionist for me, and I don't always complete games. You play them, you have fun. Ticking off every single box, getting every single achievement is not how I play games. Kudos to people who do it, and I do watch people who do this. There's a great YouTuber called Pete Complete who I subscribe to. I watch his content. I highly recommend it. And he is, as he says about himself, is that he's the most complete YouTuber on YouTube. Or, hang on, most complete gamer on YouTube. Right? And he goes through, he completes every single thing that you can do in the game. Lot of respect for it. A lot of meticulous detail there, a lot of research that goes into it. Not my style. So, with Cosmoteer, we are going to come back to it. I'm also going to continue on additional videos on this. And I've said this before, I just want to do it as a bit of a point of reference because I know that a lot of people who are subscribing to me right now like Cosmoteer. That's the content that they're interested in. They want to see more of this game. They're not done with it, and neither am I. So I am going to continue on to have a few, I guess, additional episodes. This is not going to be the end of the content. But I am kind of thinking about what sort of additional content I should be doing. So ship design or some funny sort of things in creative mode to point out how ridiculous the game can be and that physics can be broken and that sort of thing. Or even, I'm umming and ahhing, but maybe commentating some multiplayer content as well, because that's part of the game I haven't touched yet. If I managed to get together 12 or so players, give them ships on each side that I prescribe, like a fleet like the Owl, and say, okay, here's the ships that you've got to work together to defeat the other person's fleet. That'd be kind of interesting to watch. I'd be into that. Maybe I'd control a vessel myself, but either way. Those are vague ideas going through my head. Some of them may not reach reality. So sorry if they don't. If you're thinking, oh, that sounds good, and then it never happens. Yeah, it's thought bubbles. These are like political promises. They may or may not happen. Anyway, so the Trodoc just picked up a whole heap of people. So we'll jump that back so we can send it to the Owl. I know that I'm jumping around really quickly on the screen at the moment. And that's because I just want to get things done quickly so we can get to the action. The other thing I should do here is actually probably trade with the station a little bit. We'll grab some more Hyperium. I'm thinking we top up on coils and top up on these lovely things. So we have it all. But yeah, start filling up these ships with the goodies that we're going to need, in particular tri-steel. Tri-steel is our lowest thing. We are going to need those hypercoils as well. We should be full on steel because we picked up a whole heap of it off the wrecks that we had in the last episode. But yeah, these are... yep, cool. Sorry. My train of consciousness has been interrupted. We'll transfer crew to the Owl. Here we go. Yep, there we are. And we'll send these guys over. It's for 3 just to keep the Trodoc running. And we need another 70 or so in the Owl. That's no fun. We'll talk to the station. We might do a bit of trading here. The reason why I'm going for ore is because it's a little bit cheaper, but there may not be enough ore in the station to really do what I want to. Yeah, we'll spend a few diamonds as well. We need your enriched uranium. Yeah, we'll grab the processors too, and we might as well max out on normal coils and probably hyper coils too. I've got a limited amount of funds. Oh, did I just press the... Oh, I did. I think I just hit the cancel button. Ah, silly me. Silly me. But it's easy because I end up just, buying everything. So, yeah. Okay, I know, speaking flat out just then, I need to just take a pause, take a breath, grab some more crew, keep trading on here, make sure that we fill up with See, that's 184k. I want the money for crew and enrich uranium where I can find it. Update the trade. Ah, yep, there's a shipper here. We can grab the crew from here. Nearly heading up on 80 there. As soon as the... might just speed up the game here. The frame rates will take a little bit... Yeah, you can see it's jerking. The difference there in frame rates when we go up the speed is ginormous, really. If you're wondering why the game is performing so poorly for me, it might be different for other YouTubers in particular. And it's basically because my CPU is a bottleneck. It's like a CPU that's about, it's 2023, so it must be about 13 years old now. Which is a decent amount of time in terms of gaming. So yeah, it could use an upgrade, shall we say. The graphics card is recent. The graphics card actually quite up to date. But certainly the CPU, come on, have some crew that I can take. You don't have crew that I can take. Yeah, something's weird or buggy with this station in that it's not giving me crew. Or maybe it needs to replenish its own crew and it's just not got the excess anymore. I'm not sure. We'll move the border collie out of the way. Talk to the albatross here. See, they've got crew. 12 of them. That's nice. Actually, I don't know why I'm moving them to the Trodoc, given that they're going to end up in the owl anyway. But yeah, so where we should end up by the end of today's episode. Ooh, there's people. There's people. Hang on. Sorry, distracted. Is that, you know, give me victory or give me death. Arr. Or, you know, Blaze of Glory. It might not be tonight. I'm not sure. We'll see how the combat works out, if it works out in our favor or not, so to speak. But, you know, even if I lose, it's a winning situation now. So, please have people. Nope. You've dropped the crew as well. Okay. Yeah. Just that jerkiness. Anyway, so my CPU is a little bit old, as I was saying. So if you're running a 10-year-old gaming system, then at this point you might be experiencing the same sort of problems. I'm not sure. If you're not, good for you. It's in fact really good. You know, I'm genuinely happy for you. Don't tell me about it. I might cry myself to sleep, but yeah. And that is something I'm also, you know, it's kind of on my wish list. There's many things that I of course want to buy, but you know, limited funds available. So that's a thing. But to replace my CPU, I also need a new motherboard. So it's sort of a big expensive proposition because that will also mean that I need new RAM type to upgrade as well. It's currently sitting on DDR3 and the newer versions all want me to be on, say, DDR4 or DDR5 to slot into an existing new motherboard, and you know, the list goes on. It's the kind of the problem of PC gaming is, ooh, hang on, have I got full crew here? Yeah, I do. All right, we can jump back with the Trodoc, no, lifeboat. It's, yeah, kind of the problem with PC gaming is that you have these big expensive machines that you have to replace as compared to console gaming, where, you know, the consoles are usually a little bit cheaper and things are a bit nicer. Actually, I might see if there's some sulfur at this station as well for the owl. I haven't really had a look out for it. Yeah, 27, we can grab those. I will mine for ammo if that's needed as well. I feel like ammo is one of the things that I should do. I don't know why I'm trying to hail my own ship. Oh my god, and I'm pressing the wrong buttons here. Transfer crew. That is what we're after. Okay, owl. We're so close. That'll be all the crew there. Now we don't have the Anthony or the Brunnan. I don't think I'm going to create them. So sorry, Anthony and Brunnan, your ships are being left by where they died. Just in the wrap up here. Maybe the reason why we die a little bit sooner is because of your lack. Because you just weren't there to save us all. So that's sad. All right. Now, looking at the lifeboat, we are really lacking Tri-Steel as our main component here. So I think the exception to the rule is to run off and salvage Tri-Steel when we can get it. That has almost got to be the exception to the rule, because I can't fill up now. But I don't want to spend really much time of the episodes in salvaging, because I feel like that's kind of what's been let down the other episodes as well. Is not enough action. You know, a little less conversation, a little more action, please, is where we should be. Now, because I don't have the Brunnan and the Anthony, I'm going to start up a new formation order here as well. So you're going to kind of sit behind the Owl, the Border Collie, because you're just a trailing ship. You guys are off on the wings as usual. The Comiettes will go up. Why are you saying storage is full? You just want to be in formation, man. I'm not trying to transfer anything. You guys like that. The Dunbar can be off to the side. Oh, yeah. Off to the side like this. And then the Wilson off to the side like this. And then the lifeboat and the Trodoc will be per normal. So, as I said, tonight may be the final episode. Tomorrow might be the same episode. But from this final trade onwards, we are just going ham, right? We're going and attacking everything that needs to be attacked, but we're not stopping to restock, with the exception that I'm allowed to use a lifeboat and the Trodoc to stock up on Tri-Steel. Tri-Steel is a thing that I haven't stocked up on, right? Now, the other thing I might do is just grab this crew here before I leave. I feel like, yeah, we're in the final kind of preparation moments. I just said, you know, from this point onwards, I didn't really mean it. I just need a few small seconds, guys, to be prepared. Just give me that. Oh, okay. If we need Hyperium to be able to jump to another system, I think that's fair to be able to pick that up. So we'll grab this. We'll grab this. You know, we'll spend some money because we're still going to be grabbing money, I think, because that's not really spending ages salvaging. So yeah, I know I'm interesting in introducing all these loopholes already. Already I'm introducing loopholes to make it easy for me, or like we're gonna last a little bit longer. So do we really want to finish? But what has been in my head for a next episode, I guess, has been that, hey, we should do, I might just drop this down to 4. We might have a better experience watching this in terms of frame rates. What I've learned out of this series, right? Some of the things that you can do with your ships in terms of ship design, and some of the things that you can do in terms of battle tactics when you're going into it in career mode. That's my thought here, is that could be a useful sort of thing, especially when you're attempting it in career mode and you're doing the Admiral difficulty, or potentially higher. I don't know what people are playing at. But it makes a really big difference in terms of you got to have much better ships than you would otherwise be rocking to be able to survive in this harsh world. Tri-Steel, we'll grab all that. And another 59 of the ore, we'll grab that too, man. Thank you very much. We'll grab the uranium. We'll grab the carbon even. Let's take everything. Take the copper. We'll turn it into stuff. But yeah, I figure if we get, we need to pick up ammo, then that should be the exception to any kind of salvaging or anything like that. Because if we've got ammo, we don't stand, or if we don't have ammo, we don't stand a chance in fighting other ships. So that to me seems a little bit silly if we're just, okay, we're going to go into a fight with no ammo. No one's going to do this in real life. Yeah, this station just doesn't want to ever give me crew. We'll grab coils though. We'll grab the copper, we'll grab the carbon, we'll grab the uranium. It's all good. We'll talk to this bulk transport. Maybe you'll give me crew. No. Talk to this bulk modulus, and maybe you'll give me crew. Okay. I want crew so that ship runs a little bit smoother, and we'll grab the titanium because I will probably need it for my promised repairs in the future. Down to 600,000. Have you finished your trading? No, not really. I think I'll get you to go closer to the trader. That is trader, not traitor. Now, where do I need to go? I think it's this one. New Vitella. Is that it? No, it's New Clanura. Clanura? Oh. Oh, howdy, partner. Oh, is this a fight? Is this a fight? You want to fight me? I don't know if it's going to come near us or not. It's going to wander slightly further away. I think it's going to dodge us. I think it's just going to pass them by. I don't really want the fight. I want to go to a new system and go for the level 18 fights. I think we'll be good. Yeah, we're good. He's going to pass us on by. I think we've got all the trading items as well now. Okay, so the Trodoc is fully stocked. Let's get the Trodoc up to the relay. I believe we can jump there directly as opposed to wandering all the way over there. And so I'm going to get these guys to do the same sort of thing. We'll jump off to our new system. We'll check it out. We'll shoot some big ships and we'll go out in a blaze of glory. Now, because we will be fighting some new ships, I'm going to bring in the lifeboat and the Trodoc along with the other ships. They won't be able to keep up per se, but they'll be at least close. And so that will make it a little bit more real that this is the last of it, right? Really? Someone transfer the Dunbar some Hyperium. See, this is what I was talking about. The need to do this sort of thing. Transfer resources to the Dunbar. Give it another 90 or so. That'll be plenty. We'll wait for that to refuel. They're all coming back on board. And for maybe the last time, engage. I am excited for what's coming up next for this game as well. I'm excited to see new content, just developer. In fact, there has been a patch, actually. I feel like I should point that out. There's been some bug fixes released just since the last time I streamed on Saturday. It's now Tuesday, my local time. And those have been largely on the cosmetic side as well as the bug fixes. Apparently, there's some way we can get like lights now or something. So let's go. Is it on the specials? The text? Text? No. Maybe it's in the editor. Is there a thing? Ah, yes. See, exterior lights. Ah. Okay, we're gonna spend some time here first, because why not? Small exterior lights provides no practical benefit. I'm glad that it's pointing it out. And I feel like I want lights now. Gotta go. Doesn't need power? Do people... Is that a thing? Is that gonna happen? If I put lights here... Exterior headlight. Okay. So if we then... Oh wait. That we had the lights. Yes. Oh, that looks cool. Man, that is gonna help so much in terms of shadow effects. All right, so I had to point him the wrong direction. I feel like it should be maybe like this. And so yeah, let's do the Dunbar while we're here. Let's show off the new feature. All right, lights like that. And then we'll do maybe a couple of lights like this. I know I'm breaking armor doing that, but yeah, we'll do it. We'll do it. If I turn that off and then just go back to the... Sweet. Apparently they can be colored. How do we color? Oh, there we are. Yeah, we can do the red light. Look out, this place is full of nukes. It's the danger sign. What else can we do here? We can aim it. Ooh. So if yeah. Can we do like a disco party? Ooh, strength. Ah, shiny. It doesn't take much to distract me, in case you're wondering. I mean, you've probably worked that out by now, but that's kind of cool, right? I like it. You know, you could do like sort of Borg lighting here. You could do like a big cube of a ship and do a Borg cube. The terrible green sort of dark lighting. I mean, you could potentially do it with some clever use of paint already on the ships, but I feel like this is a much better version of it. Okay, so there's exterior headlights, and then we've also got exterior lights. So we're just going to place a couple in the middle here. And then, yeah, they just look like they're omnidirectional sort of things. I'd like to be able to see if it could blink in patterns. Kind of like those fade in and out sort of things as well. But that's still pretty cool in my book. I like it. Okay. So, I did fill a form up before, and I forgot to save it as a freaking pattern. So, my bad there. I'm sure there was someone shouting at the camera saying, "You forgot to do the thing." And yeah, I did. It's totally my fault. But we'll do it again now, and that will be that. I promise I'll save it this time. Do this. You guys will go like that. You're going to go off to the side like that. The border collie is going to sit behind. And then, yeah, that's going to be all the ships that I want in like a battle formation. Okay. We'll grab you all. And delete it. And then we'll save. And that's going to be the new Alt4. And we'll just move forward because that's having some trouble. And here's our first customer. Yes, our first catch of the day. Let's go after him, see what he's about. He's probably going to be a wandering pirate based on the location. Here's our first station over here. So I might... I was thinking of putting these guys... But no, the promise was that we will be having these guys with us when we fight now. So... let's go see what this one is. Let's go poke the bear with a stick. It doesn't mean that I'm going to put them in obvious harm's way. It just means that they're no longer really allowed to jump away. Right? Oops, that's your... No, Pancake, stay. Pancake, stay. Stay, boy. Okay. Slow down. Looks like he might have noticed us by now. And what do we got? We got an Ipsissimus. Ipsissimus. This looked like a big missile customer. Okay. With a beam. A beam at its core. So, my thoughts are here is that it will be a great idea to kind of distract it with these guys to start off with. Move these guys across like here. Move the owl so he's kind of pointing at it, and the Wilson can come up and the Dunbar can come up. We'll slow down slightly for this fight. I have limited supplies available now after all, and we don't want to waste things. Now, once this is in range... Yeah, he's turning to go for the owl or the Dunbar, one of the two. Then we will, of course, start targeting things. So the Comets... I think our reactors, or its reactors, are maybe our best shots here at taking out something critical. So we'll have the Comets go for that, and the Kestrel go for that. It may not dig through on the first few shots, that's okay, as long as it starts having a chance to. These guys are, yeah, you'll fire at will. Why is this all on 2? There should be a, oh no, 4? No, it's all on 5, but you fire at will as well. Okay. So, if you, yeah, I can't see anything particular that I want you to do. So I'll let you pick your target. The Dunbar will come in and try and rip it a new one as well. In the meantime, the Wilson is going to do its, you know, the classic Wilson and get in behind it and start ripping on it. If it can take out that beam weapon, I'll be very happy. Now the Porter, not the Pancake, is going to try and sit off to the side here. Pancake will go the other side as well. Okay, here we go. Here we go. Here we go again. Was that a shot? Oh, we just took out a reactor. Well, so much for you, buddy. If I just make sure that you're angled correctly. Like, we just gutted it. This is a terrible ship design. It's not gonna do squat against us. I don't know why the owl is having such... Just want to check its flight direction. Yep, it is fine. I feel like something's wrong with its flight mode or path. Yeah, we can see all that point defense is shooting up these incoming missiles. A few of them are going to strike the shields and armor, but it's not going to do jack, really. We'll move the Dunbar up a little bit closer. The Comets can start moving in as well. But the Pancake and the Randall are really doing their jobs here. Just going to hit cancel here and tell it to rotate. God damn it. These engines should engage to tell it to switch around. Yep, and the Randall is just going to sit off to the side here. I might just cancel the Comets here and just tell it to shoot here. And then rotate. Need to railfan here. And this can rotate as well. Yeah, okay, so this is what happens when you turn off the fancy particle effects, by the way. You don't get the rail trail. All you get is these little dots coming in. And that's what it looks like. So that's why we missed that previous shot. I don't like that. We're going to turn on the fancy things again. That's not good enough for me. Fancy lighting effects and fancy particles. It's not worth playing without. And we should see maybe a difference soon. I'm going to tell you to... Oh, that's it's no longer part of the ship. We broke it off, apparently. Or ship. Railfan. And now with the fancy particle effects, that's what you get. A trail. Okay, so the Dunbar is here. Never fear. I feel like the Dunbar hasn't really had its chance to shine, so we're gonna launch a nuclear barrage at this ship here. The Ippy seems to be really not enjoying the experience of the introduction to me, so that's too bad for it. It almost looks like it's trying to run. Oh, look at these nukes. Yeah. All right, stop. Because it's hammer time, and I don't want your own hammerhead to take fronts. All right. Boom. There we go. And we still have missed that final nuclear option that we should have had. Oh, it's dead? Yeah, it's a dead one. So that was a pretty easy fight. I know I sound disappointed. I like it when it's hard. I like it when it's, you know, all going horribly wrong, and I've got to come up, you know, really got to pay attention to make sure that we don't have a wipe. It's almost kind of enjoyable when that happens. I know, it sounds weird, but that's just me. What can I say? I'm a weirdo. Okay, so first fight done. We have a station over here, Itana station. I think this will be another station up here. I'm just thinking whether or not I might send the collie over there just to pick up the quest and see if any of them are level 18 ones. I say quests, they're not really quests. The missions, I guess. We'll get into formation. It's going to send the pancake there. That's not ideal because it needs the collie, really, or it wants the collie. So I'll just move the pancake back into where it really should be. There we are. So I'm not allowed to salvage, remember? So that's it's an Imperial station. We never actually took out one of them. Maybe if I defeat everything here, then see, this rescue is a level 18. The pirate hunter is a level 18. Everything else is kind of a 17. We're going to accept them, even though they're Imperial missions and they were meant to be our enemy. Mainly because that will let us know where everything is. And that's the rescue mission. So that's what I'm going to go for, I think. We're going to kind of ignore these things. Oh, we might go for the fugitive bounty here as well. Okay. So, in that spirit, let's send the owl down that way. The Trodoc and lifeboat can go here. We'll start ramping up the speed again so we can get into position faster. But so far, we're off to a pretty good start. We've got our crew back. We've headed to a new system. We're going to face off some level 18 enemies. And we've had an easy fight to begin with. I mean, granted, easy fights are not my goal, but it's still, you know, should be counted in the win category. Okay, so we should see... there's a little trader down there. There's a border collie. Grab these guys. There's that enemy. Okay. So the celebrant here is going to turn and run. Probably the smart decision, really. But hey, give me victory, I do. Give me death is what I said before, and that's what we're following through with. Of course, this guy is just going to be not smart and kind of smack into me while they're doing their running sort of maneuver. Okay, so let's see what we get. It is another of these guys. I don't know if anyone else gets this idea or not, but this sounds to me like Ipsimus is more like pis. That's just what goes through my head. It may be entirely random. It actually, yeah, probably is. But yeah, there's an insight into my brain, horrible as it may be. is the thing that goes through my head when I see a killer starship out to get me is puss, 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 puss. Yeah. Anyway, I'm going to send off the Pancake and the Randall to do supporting fire because these missiles are about to fire out. The Dunbar is going to try and strafe because we're going to be shooting missiles into that frickin' Celebrant because it's too stupid to live. And yeah, we've already targeted the Kestrel and the Comets to shoot. So there's off the first rail shot. We didn't penetrate as far as the reactors this time. We must have gotten pretty lucky with that first one, I think. We'll slow down again as well. I might tell the owl to just nudge a little bit closer. And there's the Kestrel taking a shot. There'll be one more shot after it, but I don't think it's going to get as far as we need it to. We'll send in the Wilson again, and it's going to have the same target of that one there. We'll also... Oh, yeah. Okay, so here's that beam coming in to ruin our armor. Oh, that's right. We're using a... Oh, I forgot to move. We're out of ammo and we're out of... Oh, that's a ship design error. Oh, crapsicles. Yeah, we need power for those. I don't think I can edit it now. That's an oopsie. I have to put a little bit of corridor here to allow this to power these guys. Oops. Okay. Good to know. Good to spot. I'm so sure someone would have shouted about it at me in the comments. Well, not shouted. You guys are good. You know, there's no shouting involved. It's like hey man, look at this thing. You need to pay attention. You don't pay attention, and when you don't pay attention, it triggers us. So please pay attention. That's kind of a bit more like what it is. Okay, now Comets. Yeah, here we go. There's another one down. We got the reactor that time. Slowly digging through. On the other side, the Kestrel doesn't quite, or the Comets doesn't quite get its shot. The Kestrel, as the long-standing MVP, does get her shot. Randall Porter's actually taken a few hits here as well from those missiles. Gonna take a few more, I think, before the day is done, but we have successfully destroyed this ship as well. And yeah, the Celebrant is still being a pain. Okay, so we're going to move these ships in, and we're going to do some, minor modifications, shall we say. First, we'll fix the Porter. How'd the Pancake go? The Pancake only took armor damage, so the Porter seems to be a bit of an accident magnet at the moment. That's a bit unfortunate, but it is what it is. We'll repair the Owl as well. Got the Comets and Kestrel. Yep, brilliant. Trodox, lifeboats. Yep, cool. All right, so transfer resources to the Owl. Send over the missiles. Send over the EMPs. Make sure that's full. We're also going to send over the sulfur. Cool, because we're going to need guns or sulfur for these things. The other thing we're going to need is we just go to the edit function. Here's a little bit of corridor here. And of course I had mirror mode on, so that's not ideal. I'm going to do this instead. Actually, no, we're going to go with single blocks rather than doubles here. And then we are going to say on the... There we are. That should enable them to provide power to these factories. It's not ideal because if this blows up, it's going to blow through, and the whole point of the armor there was to stop that sort of shenanigans from happening. But I don't see that there's a way out of that now. Dumbo is just going to try and back up to allow this stupid ship here. Like, I think that the the AI really needs to have the same anti-collision sort of functions that the player ship seems to get, as in if they're neutral to you, to really avoid collisions. This has been one of the most frustrating things of this game, is the bloody collision things. In fact, where are we? Game Calais. We're going to turn that off from our own guys, because then this thing will stop trying to actively avoid the ship instead of just plow through it. And we're going to do the same with the Kestrel here. Come on, get your act together. Okay, that's a bit better. Really super frustrating. Okay, once the owl has been fully stocked and we no longer have sulfur to reload here, which is a bit of a pain. But now that that has been fully restocked, we'll go Alt-4 to get back into formation. Grab the owl here and we'll start heading off on our journey to rescue this station, because there's a level 18 mission there. No other reason. We'll also have our two tugboats start making their way as well. Okay. So now they're just going to plow through this, which is almost as equally as stupid. Wilson! You don't need to take a ship with you, buddy. We've all seen a ship. We know what they look like. We don't need it, okay? Ship is not your friend. I know taking a hostage is sometimes useful, and they can take the shots for you, but it's not cricket, man. It's just not cool. So there's an Apotheosis. So this is a level 18 ship here. It's with the Cabal of Sol, and it's got a lot of shields, a lot of point defense, so good luck trying to missile boat this one down. Might even be anti-nuke there as well, and then it's going to beam your life to hell. Of course, it's really weak on the sides, so this would be a dead easy thing for things like a Kestrel to flank and destroy. So if we can't start coming up against those ships, I'm just going to, be slightly depressed that I'm never going to die, basically, unless I make a stupid mistake. And now that I've said that, it's going to jinx me. What have I done? We'll have like a pirate Apotheosis come in and behind me and sneak up and kill me. That's probably what's going to happen now that I've said that. That's just the way the game works. It listens to you as you speak. There's AI involved in it, and yeah, that's it for me, really. Okay, speaking of a pirate, here we go. Now this is a chance of being, one of the level 18 ships, which is what we want to see here. That's why we're in this system. We're going to have the Comets come off to the side because, they're all concerned about asteroids at the moment. And a Kestrel here, and then we'll just have these guys kind of stay in formation. Which way is it going? Can we get in there in time? Wilson, Kestrel, Dunbar, Border Collie can just inch a little bit closer. It looks like we'll be there in time. My favorite ships of the series, by the way, is actually the Kestrel and the Comets, or the Kestrel class. It has been the most fun type of ship to play and work through, and the most versatile. They are glass cannons, so they cannot really take a hit at all, but they're fun glass. Alright, it's an Atlas. Okay. So we're going to try and get the owl down here. It is colliding with stuff at the moment. We'll try and get the Dunbar. These guys should be closer to the action so they can be protected in case we have an issue. I'm going to tell the Comets to start backing up here. Just by like doing that, that should tell all the AI roughly what I want it to do. We'll have the Wilson just standing by. We do have some, oh yeah, boost, slow down. And then in terms of shots, I'm glad this is catching against it. I think that's why they've got these things, is it's a handy asteroid prevention sort of strategy thing. All right, we're going to go for that reactor first. In the meantime, the Kestrel is going to sneak in to the side here. And I might have it go for this reactor. And that should disable the ship if we get a few good shots in. In the meantime, the Dunbar and the Owl, I'm not sure if they'll actually get to where we want. Also going to tell the Comets to try and just pivot slightly. It's not within range, yeah, so it needs to be a little bit closer to the enemy, please. Yep. Not quite. Don't harm the Wilson. He's a nice guy. Run, Wilson, run. In the meantime, the Owl is just frickin' struggling to push all the asteroids to the fight because that's what it does. Yeah, the wing shape of the Owl, it's a pretty ship. Or I feel like it's been a series of pretty ships, but it is absolutely ridiculous. It is not a ship that is easy to handle, if you will. This is not the ship that you want to design for yourself. I don't know why we're not rotating. God damn it. Just shoot. God damn it. Just shoot it. Fire the missiles. In the meantime, the Dunbar is here to fire the missiles. So, Dunbar, you can have a bit of a target here, and we'll see the devastating power of nukes in a second. Oh, maybe we won't. We are seeing the devastating power of rail guns. Is it still alive? Yeah, it's still alive. Kudos to it. Where's its control? There's still control points back here. So I might retarget those nukes if I can. And just pivot the Dunbar here. Yep, it's shooting them out. It's going, hey guy, it's going to hit this asteroid. Oh no. Yeah, it is a little bit. We'll have the Comets kind of move slightly. But this ship is kind of done for. This is going to be a little bit of an easy fight again. I've blown out most of its engines, so yeah, it's... Oh, we're wasting nukes here. Cancel your firing routine, guys. Sorry, the firing routine is cancelled. We need to be in a better position, in where there's no asteroids involved for this to work out. I'm curious to know if the nukes will drill through this asteroid or not. Yeah, it does. They do take damage. Okay. And yeah, the Owl, really, you shouldn't actually be around anymore, man. There's no point to you being here. There's only death for you here, man. The Wilson is drilling through. It can take a target on the other side now. And hey, it can actually rotate around as well, and maybe it'll get the right angle of fire. Before the Kestrel just kind of scooches over. And destroys its life. And pew, 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 pew. There we go, we're done. We'll repair the owl. We'll repair the pancake. Porter's good. The Dunbar took a shot. Singular. Wilson took a shot. Singular. Comyets probably would have taken a little bit. Yeah, okay. So we'll get that a little bit closer so I can grab its repairs. I'm not counting that as looting because we're not stopping to actually properly salvage, etc. Maybe that's what I shouldn't be counting. Maybe it is. I'm not sure. But that's how it's going to be. Alright, so we'll grab all these ships. We'll alt for it. And then we'll get the owl repaired. And off to the races. And I'm going to try and avoid asteroids like the plague now. Because they're really freaking frustrating. I get it's a kind of a feature, but more often than not, you see ships just doing things that no sane person would do around asteroids. And it is super frustrating. So, if the game dev ever watches this, and I've got no expectations that he will, and I get that, that there's limited resources and all that jazz. But if you ever watch this, the pathfinding around asteroids, please just make them a little bit more intelligent. It's super frustrating. Okay, so I mean, even just around each other, to be honest, sometimes. There we are. Maybe my formation's just a bit too close. I'm happy to accept some blame here. Okay, there's some kind of fight up here that we can go for. Look, we're still carrying a frickin' asteroid. The owl is bringing its own giant rock collection to a... I'm just going to back these guys off. It's like, hey guy, hi parrot man. Look at my super cool rock collection. Do you like it? Do you like it? Can we play together? Oh no, you're shooting at me. Oh, for frick's sake. Border Collie. You're acting like the dog that you were named off. Far too much energy here. Okay, so... Oh, it's a higher level swarm thingy thing. We haven't had one of these in a while. Or I feel like we haven't had one of these in a while. Okay, so we're going to have this guy go off here, this guy go off here, this guy go off here. The Dunbar is going to kind of sit there, but I think it's going to have limited utility in this fight unless we've got some bigger players. We'll slow down slightly. We'll move these guys a little bit further. The Dunbar just pick up. And then the Randall and the Pancake are just going to edge out a little bit. And then these guys can just be ready to provide missile replacements and repairs and stuff. No? You're not coming in for... Oh, they're going after the neutral party here. Well, that's no good. For the neutral party, or potentially for me. Because I wanted to see what the full thing is. We'll speed it back up. Yeah, they're swarming him. Move these ships a little bit further in. Ah, nope, the owl wants there. I just misclicked. Yeah, sometimes when I click, it's not registering as well, which is also super frustrating. It seems to happen when the frames start getting dropped in the game, where my CPU is melting. Okay, now we've got some fighters coming in here. What have we got? We got a tiny guy. Well, tiny guy, today is not your day. Let's send in our rail ships straight away. We'll get the Wilson in there. Okay, yeah, one down. It looks like it's a swarm of lots of smaller ships rather than any big uns in there from the looks of things. So Kestrel, not that they're always, they're already my MVP. But if these guys are trying to take on a... Oh no, they've bitten through a Vega. Okay. And they're going for an Owlnair. In fact, they may have successfully destroyed an Owlnair here as well. It's sort of interesting. I would not have picked that they would be able to successfully take on that level of ship with just a swarm of really smaller guys. Alright, the Comets just took out him. Yeah, okay, he's not dead yet, so that's good. We'll pivot to take out that guy. Should have shot this one already, I thought. We are. Yeah, these aren't even bigger ships either. I think it's just that they're smaller and they're avoiding getting hammered by the big laser at the moment. There we are. Or maybe this Vega was part of the fight and it just got ruined by something. Okay, so yeah, this is gonna be moderately easy again. Popping ships in the club, popping ships in the club, popping bottles in the club. Railfan with a Kestrel, it can just take out these guys easy peasy, no trouble whatsoever. The Owl's just kind of shooting off a couple of missiles every now and then. There we are. Another one bites the dust. Okay, there's some kind of ship up there too. We'll grab these guys in a little bit closer. We'll do the whole Ep40 thing. You know what? I've won this asteroid fair and square. We're gonna take it with us. It's my buddy. Really hate it. I'll mine it away, but I feel like the owl needed a companion and it's chosen its rock. Much like Tom Hanks needed a volleyball when he was cast away. Okay, there's some kind of thing there, and there's a couple of guardians. So we're going to go take them out. Hopefully there'll be level 18 ships. We can see how a asteroid actually protects our wing here. Because that's the thing with catching asteroids like that. You can use it as armor. I don't know if it counts as cheese. I've seen a few designs that actively rely on asteroids as armor because they're so resilient to anything but miners. Which, I don't know, I kind of feel like that could be... You're using the physics of the game to your advantage in that case. I think that's a fair play. I'm going to move the Border Collie just off here. Oh, it's an asteroid field. No! Oh, man. I don't want an asteroid field. We've already ID'd them. We need this fight. We need to take them on. And we've got neutral parties involved as well. Think of the children. Even if you are thinking of the asteroids and thinking, this is going to suck to watch. While Pooks just fiddles around with all the controls all the frickin' time. Because an asteroid gets in his way. And if that's what you're thinking, I hear you. I hear you. You know, I'm speaking your language. Alright, we have an Orion. Ooh, here's an 18. Level 18 ship right here. So, let's check it out. Beam ship, and it seems to be firing from these three to go out a very narrow window. Potentially it all links up to a single beam, which would be highly inefficient from my understanding. But maybe I'm wrong. So toe-to-toe, face-to-face, then this would seem like a good ship to take on with a nuke ship. Owl is maybe going to struggle with it a little bit if it was a fair fight. But of course, If you're fighting fair, then you're doing something wrong. If you're entering into a fair fight, why? If you can have the option to have an unfair fight, you should totally not do the fair fight. Okay, so Kestrel here is just gonna wipe out its bridge. Actually, we'll just do that again and just tell it to rotate because it should be within range. Fire. Gone. All that power, all that mass, and a little shot to its back, it's gone. Like, and that's something to pay attention to in multiplayer from what I've observed so far as well, is maneuverability is really important, and critical weaknesses are a bad idea. So as big and nasty as that ship looked, this tiny little ship worth a lot less money. Actually, maybe that's the next idea for... Oh, what have we got? Whoa, we've got an apotheosis again. Highly critical vulnerability. So if I can sneak in here fast enough, I reckon we might be able to just take out a really nice shot here and do some absolute freaking havoc to it. The ideal is this. So we're going to go for the money shot here. Need to pivot slightly. The Comets is going to go over here. The Owl is going to continue on forward. And these guys do have their mission. The Wilson will go up this way. And the Dunbar can continue forward. Alright, can we get the shot before it moves out of the way? Going for a shot. We didn't get it. That's unfortunate. That's okay though, because we should be able to take it on anyway, because we're just going to set up a flanking maneuver here where it has no real good option. In fact, I could actually use the carcass of this ship to help out with this fight. Now, I'm going to tell the Comets to go for its bridge as well. In fact, if I just tell it to rotate quickly, I might be able to get this shot. Pew, 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 pew. Get the pew, pew. Boom. Done. Alright. In fact, let's just move in with the Kestrel and the Comets to finish these fights. The Owl is probably redundant in this case. It's just struggling on asteroids. It's the kid just dragging his pet rocker along to the fights now. While the adults go in the proper ships that actually probably suit any kind of, military environment go, okay, let the adults take charge of this fight. We got this, man. Just hang back and suck on your lollipop. We're also running out of time. Ooh, there's more. Oh, yeah, there's a lot more ships here. We are going to bring up the full fleet. My bad. We can't take on too many ships with just those ships, I think. We're also running out of time for this particular episode as well. It's one of the weeknight streams, which means I've only got till, well, now really. But we'll finish off this fight. I feel like going halfway through a fight or leaving on a cliffhanger is not the way to go. So let's see if we can find some more level 18 ships that might pose a challenge. Just putting it out there, a challenge, please. The Imperials with the Alexanders and just the devastating, destructive power of nukes seem to be the worst to go for. What do we got here? We've got an enemy. We've got an enemy arbiter that has been taking on this Orion. So yeah, we might actually find that there's another bloody simple fight. All right, Kestrel, you're aiming as a bridge. Comets, you're going to be doing the same. Comets, did I just see? No. I thought that it needed a repair, but maybe I'm wrong. In the meantime, the owl can kind of sneak up. The Dunbar can sneak up in case we need him. Gonna just pivot so that when it passes, we're gonna take the shot and wipe this guy out. Yeah, that's a dead. Now what happened there is that if you strike one of these when they're firing, there's like a feedback loop, right? And that feedback loop just ruins everything. So we've still got this arbiter here. Ironically enough, it thinks it can take me. It's going like, yeah, I can take you. Come on, I'm a badass pirate. Come at me, brew. And we're just gonna, yeah. The owl nearly got a shot off. I did get a shot off. There we are. Those deck cannons just kind of futilely firing there. Okay, another one bites the dust. Let's grab all these and just kind of tell them to make their own way over here. But that is unfortunately all we have time for tonight. So it's been, I feel, like an action-packed episode where we're spending a lot less time salvaging, pulling apart ships. Instead, we're bouncing around, just killing stuff, relying on the remaining supplies that we've got. And if this is any kind of judge of how we're going to go, we're going to be sweet for another episode or two. I really need to find something that's going to be harsh. So I think if we're successful in wiping out the level 18 station missions, we're going to go down to the station and we're just going to pick a fight with Imperials, or we're just going to keep picking fights with the factions and let them send ships after me until I eventually die. So it can be like a battle of attrition that way. Or that can be my Blaze of Glory fight if I can't find pirates that are actually going to be able to destroy me. But again, thank you everyone for watching again. Thank you all for watching later on YouTube. If you have enjoyed this series and you're still watching and you haven't subscribed, I'm going to ask, drop me a sub, drop me a like on the video. It really helps me out in terms of the YouTube algorithm recommending this video to other people who might enjoy it as well. And in my progress to ever so slowly get up to the 1,000 subscriber mark. Anyway, thank you again for watching. My name is Pooks, and this has been Cosmoteer, and I will see you in the next episode. Bye now.